Hello, my beautiful, gorgeous friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. New subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am your friend Kevin, and this is your card and your message of the day. All right, so we're using the Divine Masters Oracle deck by Kyle Gray with illustrations by Jennifer Hawkyard this week for our card of the week, and Archangel Power Tarot cards by Radley Valentine as our card of the day. The isms, which I like because they go along with this, they're more affirmations, the I am affirmations. I am successful. I am blessed. I am peace. I am love. I am happiness. I am joy. I am enough. Always. Always, always, always. I still love this wonderful Celtic reading cloth that our friend Pamela gifted to me. I just love it. Just love the colours. Anyway, I digress. Paul the Venetian will be guiding the card of the day. He's basically letting us know that we are the gifted ones, and he's revealing our hidden talents this week, giving us the opportunity to shine our light everywhere. Paul the Venetian works with the pink rose energy, that soft pink light that's normally associated with Ariel. We are in a number 5 day, universal 5 day. That means we're visionaries. We're on a spiritual conquest. We're embracing the changes. It's a day to become courageous. It's a day to be curious. It's a day to look at everything as if it's unknown, as if it's never been seen before, as if it's never been experienced before. So this is a good energy for today. This also means there's a heads up that changes are coming, which we already witnessed. Folks who still want to control the narrative and control other people, they haven't yet found their own freedom. If you're breaking free from what you knew and what you understood, or even if you're in that space of confusion, have no fear. You've got angels, you've got guides, you've got spirit guides, you've got guardian angels, you've got the spirit world all spurring you on. And sometimes, especially in my own life, we have to have things shaken up. We sort of have to experience a little of the tough stuff. And then it is a test of faith. How curious are we? How free and light are we enough to change the course? And today's one of those days when you find a detour in your life, when you find the need to pivot. Know that it's there for a reason, and the test, or at least that the faith might be, it's okay, keep going and see what happens. Right, let's get to it. Gertrude, thank you so much. Whoop, oh, I'm not going to do that, no. Beatrice, thank you for being here with us. I should probably turn these cards and shuffle a different way. I'm going to pick the card off the top from this shuffle. There we go. Perspective. And Archangel Shamuel. Now, Archangel Shamuel is usually the eyes of God. Sees everything God sees. Brings us what we need. But this is interesting because it is what would normally be the Hangman card. And this happens to be the card that governs a number 5 day, like an awakening. So we're in a new moon. We kind of started that 2 days ago. And I was outside yesterday looking at it, and I could almost see the full moon silhouette around it, but the glow of the new moon on the bottom edge. I stopped in my driveway just to look up at it and say, not only can I see the full moon in shadow, but I can see the new moon. So I would say for most of us that are on a spiritual journey, which you are, we have to look at the perspective of things. Oh, I'm sorry, I've got the glow of that light. There we go. We have to look at our own perspective. If you're finding that the plan you've got is either stalled or stuck or kind of not really moving forward, it's okay. Ask for the guidance. Put together a plan, or even ask for the plan to be detailed more. There's a better way. Pause to reflect on your insights. What's coming up for you? The other part of this message about perspective and looking at things in a different way, or at least taking a trip away from the known, what you know to be true, what you know to be, because I don't think anything's the same right now. If I'm looking at this image, it's almost like he's upside down above a circus tent, and there is nothing but, I can't say crazy, but it looks like things are not the way they seem. And that's what perspective is about. It's about looking at things a little differently. Interestingly enough, that today's number is the 12th of the month, and this happens to be the number 12 card. So, you know, these are the small perspectives that we're being invited to look at. I believe that Paul the Venetian is saying, if you're feeling like your gifts aren't being seen, or you're feeling like your gifts are not getting you anywhere, or you're really not sure how to get your gifts out there, then it's time to look at what gifts are you showing people, and do you need to look at a different way of using your gifts. Maybe you write, maybe you journal. Definitely we have to meditate. I feel like we're on the precipice of a huge expansion coming. There's a lot of folks popping up and following light, and I think that's there for a reason. You may find yourself going on to classes and joining groups and communities that almost seem like they're saying the same thing. They are. This is your network of friends and people. Today's a day that you take a little bit of a step back, look at things that you've done, but not in a way to regret. Looking at things you've done as a way to empower what you're going to do next. And if it seems that the time is moving slowly, or you're not getting where you should be as quickly as you thought, then it's time for you to look at where your priorities are. It gives you a chance to pause. I'm also thinking and feeling that it's a day to have some unconventional ideas. Where Samuel comes along to give assistance to everybody with whatever it is they're looking for. So you can call upon Archangel Samuel when you're trying to understand a situation that does not make any sense. If you have come up on a contract, or if you're coming up on an idea, or if you've got this idea for a book, or if the book that you're writing you're stuck with writer's block, go back and reread some of the chapters. If you're working on a blog and you can't come up with a blog idea, look at it from a different perspective. It's also a chance to we go over here. Sometimes when I have to change perspective, which I'm going to do today, I've been taking an angel walk every day, and I've been going through this particular park. And, you know, every so often it's necessary for me to change the route, if you will. Now, I usually take the same kind of little journey, goes down one way, turns at the bottom, comes back up, and then it whoops around some other little way. It's about a 3-mile little walk. It's lovely. It is lovely. But it goes around a lake, it goes around another lake, it goes up and over a certain area close to where I work. Sometimes I have to change up the direction that I'm going in. I sort of go in the opposite way, or I go around the lake in a different way, or I take a journey through the dog park and go down a different way that way. This is how we change up our perspective. It is like taking a journey through the unknown. But we know it. This is the interesting part of being a spiritual being, having a human experience. There's a thing that we know. However, we can also get stuck in that little groove that is so familiar and so easy. I don't know that I'm stuck in that, but I have been. And this idea of coming out of your comfort zone, or taking a detour, or going left when you're wondering if you should go right, but you've always gone left, so why would you go right? Because something's telling you that just take a right turn. The other part of changing your perspective is looking at, while everybody doesn't seem to understand what's happening, you know, astrologers talk about the photon belt, talk about planets changing. I was listening to an astrologer yesterday on her YouTube. I don't know how this person does what they do, but it was confusing. I really wasn't understanding all the gods that were coming up and all the planets that were coming up and all the degrees of this and how this was fixed and that was muted and this was square with that. That to me is gobbledygook, not discouraging astrologers, but what it was teaching me was, if Mother Earth, the planet that we're on, is adjusting in the solar system with all these other planets, it's going to affect people. And we've already shifted into this new physical way of being, because our new generations of people that have now come in to take their purpose, the 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, the 20-year-olds, they're commanding and demanding something else. They are commanding and demanding that we do things differently. The beauty of it, for those of my generation, is that we have the remembering of not only the spirit, why we came here, what we're supposed to do, but we have the physical remembering of how things were. So these are the little legacies that we pass on. I'm hoping I'm making that sense. Gertrude, Beatrice, do you want to add something to it? Oh. So Beatrice is saying, I've been adding to it. I've been talking through you to all your friends. So it's all part of who we are, what we're doing. I'm hoping I'm making sense with this and not going off on a tangent. Sometimes I get into these classes and I'm learning and I'm processing and I'm listening. And to me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then later on, it does make sense, if that makes sense to you. Maybe I'm trying too hard to work it out. And Gertrude said, oh, yes, you are. The other part to this whole thing of change, have fun. Wherever you can, have fun. Lighten up to brighten up, lift up to shift out of where you've been. Until tomorrow, thanks for liking, subscribing, supporting, doing all the things that you do for me. I love you all so very much. Bye for now. Hey everybody, we hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with all your friends. Here's a QR code if you decide you'd like to get a private personal reading with me. I'm available most evenings and on the weekends. Just go over to the website, book in what session, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and then fill in the contact information and I'll be back in touch. And if you feel kind enough, here is a link to my donation button. Energy exchange of any amount is always gratefully received. Until next time, be well, be blessed, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.